again, everybody. Sheyla Paz here. Bienvenidos de regreso. Se me olvidó decirle algo en español en las últimas dos entrevistas, pero aquí estoy de regreso. Hoy tengo a una cantante country muy bonita y muy talentosa. Hello, welcome back. Sheyla Paz here with Entertainment Circle, and I totally forgot to talk to you in Spanish in the last two interviews, but you know, it's a lot to process while I'm trying to do an interview in such a little short time. And interesting, I keep dreaming that I'm messing up my interviews. Hopefully everything will go smoothly on day one. So this is the fourth interview of the day. And we have 4 more this afternoon. So I hope that you stick around and watch and get to ask questions to this incredible artist. Country Radio Seminar is an annual conference for artists, for country artists specifically. So this year is the virtual experience. So they have a lot of great agenda lined up for the artists, ways to learn how to do the business of music. And today we're going to talk to Danielle, and she will say her last name because I think I'm going to mess it up. Please welcome to Entertainment Circle, Miss Danielle.
Hello, how are you?
I'm so great. It's fantastic to meet you, to have it on.
Same here, right? Virtually, of course.
Yes, virtual hug.
Absolutely, sending all the virtual love.
Yes. Where are you based at?
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. It's cold up there, girl.
Cold. It's cold everywhere right now.
No, it's white outside.
Believe it or not, we had an ice storm last night, and then today outside right now, I think it's about 42 degrees. Go figure. I mean, like,
you're doing better than us.
I know. How crazy is that?
we have the ice storm here. It's white out there. I think I'm getting more light reflection from the snow than from this light in front of me. And it's 11 degrees outside.
Oh, my word. I never thought we would be warmer than y'all in Tennessee.
Go figure. My bones are talking to me saying, hey, girl, go warm up a little bit more. Stay in bed a little longer, but I can't.
You're right.
So you're from Pennsylvania, and when did this love of music started?
Well, I actually started singing when I was 3 years old in a little
3?
Yeah, 3.
Oh my goodness!
And it all started. It was a Sunday, little country church, and we were in Sunday school. And the Christmas pageant was coming up. Of course, nobody wanted to volunteer to sing, but I was a loud and boisterous 3-year-old. So I raised my hand and I was like, I'll do it.
What did you sing?
Do
you remember?
Angels Among Us by Alabama.
Wow.
So I learned the words. I remember, obviously, I was 3. So, I couldn't exactly read very fluently at the time. So I remember my mom with, the cassette player, and we would come up with different, hand gestures and motions and everything to learn it. And it's crazy to think that I even remember something from 3 years, from being 3. I'm 25 now. And to remember back to that point. But I just remember standing in front of everyone and absolutely loving it. I loved just being up there singing. I loved the music. And honestly, at 3 years old, I told my parents, I want to be a singer. And they were crazy enough to, which I'm so thankful for, they were crazy enough to just totally let their 3-year-old from that point on live out her dreams. And they have been beside me every step of the way. And I'm so thankful for that. So that's kind of where it all started. And then at 9 is when I started professionally.
Wow, that is incredible. Yeah. I love it. A child prodigy singer. Come on, let's do it. So what is the Positive Youth Tour?
Yeah, so the Positive Youth Tour, it's one of the most amazing things that I've gotten to do thus far in my career, honestly. It's something that we created a couple years ago, and we kind of really got it underway this past year, 2019 through early 2020. Obviously, we haven't gotten to do, any live shows since last March. It's coming up on a year now, with the pandemic and everything, just to keep everybody safe and as much as we possibly can. But the Positive Youth Tour, I was a victim of bullying growing up,
I'm so sorry.
Elementary school for high school. Yeah. And I was in music, I was doing things that other kids weren't. And I think that kind of made me a big target because they didn't quite know how to relate to me. They didn't know how to take that. From cyberbullying, it was early on cyberbullying though too. It was more of like mean notes in the guest book on my website and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Because Instagram obviously wasn't there yet and all of that. So I learned how to deal with that.
Okay.
I learned, and then turned it into this Positive Youth Tour, whereas we go into elementary schools, middle schools, high schools, and my band and I tour all these schools. I go up, I talk for about 20 minutes, and I share my personal message and stories on bullying, how I've dealt with it, how I still deal with it today, because I think to some extent, no matter what age you are, we all deal with some sort of, hater or something in our lives, whether that be online or whether it be a coworker or something, So I share my message, and then my band comes out and we do like a little mini concert for them and then do meet and greet afterwards. And it's honestly, like I said, one of the most amazing things that I've gotten to do thus far, because the messages that I received afterwards, I mean, some of these students and kids, it's totally empowering to me to know that I'm able to take something that I struggled with and use it to help make a difference. And to do that through my music and my platform and my messages and everything is just incredible to me. And we have awesome sponsors on tour with us, and it's incredible.
I love that. I love that you're doing that, and that your message, because I am involved with an organization that is called the Upstander Network, and it's all about ending the bullying.
That's awesome. I love it.
So we need to connect, and we need to talk about how we can help other kids and stop the bullying for good. That is their tagline: "Stop bullying for good." So I love that you're doing that. I love it. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll definitely have to connect for sure.
Yes. So Karen Corey Murphy says, "Good morning."
Hey, Karen. Karen's out in Tennessee with y'all too.
Oh, great.
Yes.
Good morning. And then we have here, I don't know if I'm reading, where has the, what's the farthest that you have toured?
This is a tour. Hey, Jeremy, thanks so much for joining in. Let's see, the furthest that I toured is probably, at this point, we had so much planned for this past year. You know what I mean? As I know. Probably Tennessee, because we're about, I think, almost 1,000 miles away from y'all. In one direction, I think it's like 800 and some, almost 900. So probably Tennessee, I would say.
Okay, Nashville has to be the first stop. You gotta come see me.
Absolutely.
So, and then you have another question here for Joanne and I cannot say that.
Joanne McLowski. That's that one.
Thank you.
I know that one.
When does Danielle, why the slash? Is the dash? What to be the first place you seen in public when they get COVID under control?
Oh, that's a good question. And honestly, at this point, anywhere.
Okay. Well, start by saying it right now, right here. No, just in a few minutes. So yeah, that'll be great to start going out and performing in public, right? We miss so much being around people. I am a people person, and I miss my friends. I miss going actually out and doing this at actually around people. It's a little chaotic when we were doing CRS at the Bridgestone, at the CMA, the Music City Center, because we had this big room divided just by a piece of cloth, and everybody's doing interviews next to each other. And it's like chaos. But hey, I miss that chaos.
You never thought you'd see that, right? But I definitely, I'm with you on that. I'm a people person, and I was just talking to some of my band members the other night because, we miss each other. We miss being on stage. We miss making music. We miss looking out and seeing people in front of us and having that interaction. And I think I could speak for every artist everywhere in every genre when I say that, we just can't wait to get back out on stages when it's safe to do so.
Yes. Have you been doing any virtual performances at all?
Yeah. I've been doing a lot of different Facebook Lives, obviously. I've been on Instagram. I've always been very active on social media, even prior to all of this. But I feel like I've had so much time. Obviously, we're home and we're doing all this. So I really had the opportunity to connect even more with my fans. And that's so important to me because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't get to do what I love every single day. And they have stuck by me through all of this. And I was able to create like a separate private fan group like a fan club group on Facebook for them where they could interact with each other through this. I could interact with them more one-on-one. And again, just through all of my socials, Instagram especially, way more active. And it's just been great because like I said, they're the reason that I get to do this. And I'm so thankful to them every single day.
Yeah, and it's also been a great opportunity for you to continue to write and be creative, right?
Yes. Oh, my word. Yes. I can't wait until we can get into the studio. And I have so much new music and constantly writing every day. There's notebooks in every room of the house, I swear.
So talking about writing, you were co-writing with Amanda Williams, who works with Garth Brooks a lot. What was that experience like?
Amanda is such a sweet and just real, genuine person. And I met her the first time when I went to Nashville. I was 12 years old. My parents and I flew out and I did my first vocal lesson out there. And it was through a mutual friend that I met Amanda. And from there went on to do a bunch of writing seminars and things like that and had the opportunity to write with her and write a couple of my songs on my album 11. And she is just truly so amazing. She's a genius at songwriting, at this business, at everything. And like I said, she's a true, genuine person, which is just so important to me as well. And the opportunity to write with her was so amazing.
I love to hear that. So what is, can you tell me about the Running on Dreams single that you released back in November 2018? What is that song about?
Yeah, so Running on Dreams is actually the name of my latest EP that we released. And this one was all for the fans. This song was written for the fans 100%. When you listen to the words, it's all about them. My mom and I were out for coffee one day. Literally, that's where this song came from. We were running for our iced coffee from Dunkin', of course. And we were on our way back, and somehow the conversation just rolled into, we're running on this one big dream. And I was like, I really like that. And I came running in the house. I grabbed my guitar, I put my phone on to voice memos, and I just started going. And it kind of all just flowed out. And like I said, when you listen to the words, it really is. It's all for them. Because again, just like I said earlier, if it wasn't for them being on this team, I called my fans my dream team because they're so amazing. Just my whole, everybody, my team in general, and just family, friends, fans, it was all for them. Because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't get to run on this dream.
And you have some true fans. They're driving me crazy here with questions for you. But we're going to get to you guys just a minute. I have more questions too. And plus, she's going to sing for us.
Yeah.
So you received the Humanitarian Award for your Work with Positive Youth Tour. Can you tell us what does it feel like to receive that award?
That was honestly one of the most humbling and incredible things and most unexpected things because, you said that you also do work with anti-bullying and who truly does something for the love of it and for the passion of it and for wanting to make a difference no matter what it is. You never really are looking for that recognition. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You just, for me, it's enough. I always tell guys, my band, my team, everybody, especially when we're on the Positive Youth Tour, but every show, if we make a difference in one person's life from that show, we've done our job. and even beyond the Positive Youth Tour, just regular shows in general, if we could put a smile on someone's face just from playing our music, then we've done our job. So for me, winning something like that was kind of, it was incredible. It was shocking to me because, again, it's not something that I would ever even put myself into the category of, because I just never look at it as that. I just look at it as a mission of mine, and it was such an incredible and an honor to win something like that.
It was well deserved. Great work. Great job.
That means a lot.
Bravo. So let's talk about this song.
Yes.
Head for home. So what do you mean head for home? Aren't you home already? I just teasing. I was just a joke. But tell me about this song.
Yeah, so Head for Home actually came from, it's probably one of the most vulnerable songs that I've ever written, if I'm being honest with you. This is on that same EP, and it's about 3 years ago now. My mom and I were in a car accident. We were hit by a drunk driver coming home from some early Christmas shopping. It was November 10th, and we were literally a block away from the house. And, thankfully we are both here, and we suffer from some neck and back issues and things like that, but we're both here. So thankful for that. But it was after that experience that I sat down at the piano one day, and all of these words, all these lyrics just started flowing out, had a melody going. And, I realized that you never think you're going to be in any kind of a situation like that, right? Like we hear of others, no matter what it is, whether I've had messages sent to me about this song that it's helped people through breakups, through, different situations like the accident that we were in, just hard times. And you never think you're going to be there. You know what I mean? You never think you're the one asking for the help and for the prayers and for the thoughts and being the vulnerable one. I'm usually the one that's the strong one helping everybody else.
Yeah, but it's good to be vulnerable. Yeah, that word.
And for me, when words fail, music speaks. I stand by that quote. And this was one of those that I just sat there, and I think in under an hour, I wrote this one. And to get the messages that I have of how this has helped people, to see people singing it in an audience when we were, performing live, it's truly so touching. And to know that again, like I said, music makes a difference. It really does. It's a powerful thing.
Yes. And it's interesting that you stood there in front of, is that real, the traffic behind you, or is post?
That is actually, that is Broadway that you're looking at. That's the flagpole that's right in the center of the train station there, like on the riverfront. Or it's not a train station. It looks like a train station, but it's the bus station. You know what I mean?
Yeah, on First Avenue?
What's that?
On First Avenue?
Yeah, that's it. Exactly, right there. Like Hard Rock would be right there on the corner. So we were walking all over town doing the photo shoot.
So I'm looking up. Okay, now I got
yes,
kind of situated. So you're looking up Broadway from First Avenue.
Yes, correct. If you look at like the Bridgestone Arena up there, like the high point of it.
Yeah.
So there was something about this picture that we just blurted out. We did that black and white in the back and just thought that it was the perfect cover art.
Yeah, perfect. All right. So are you going to sing for us that song, or are you going to sing something else?
I am actually going to sing my current single to country radio, which is No Foolin' Me, if that's okay with you.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, okay. All righty, let me grab my guitar. We're all tuned up and ready to go, so.
All right, take it away.
All right. You have a way, just like a snake, fooling people with your smile. You have a way of making me think I've had enough with all your lies. Fool me once, fool me twice. I can see right through your heart of eyes. Not the person people think they see. Darling, there's no fooling me anymore. You've met your match in your very own game. Now you've got a price to pay. Secrets down, any old fool. Now who you gonna go crying to? Fool me once, fool me twice. I can see right through your heart of eyes. Not the person people think they see. Darling, there's no fooling me anymore. No more, not my faults, no more. Tears to fall, no more. Twisted words, no more. Hearts to hurt. Fool me once, fool me twice. I can see right through your heart of eyes. Not the person people think they see. Darling, there's no fooling me anymore. There's no fooling me anymore.
I didn't abandon you. I was right here listening. So that is a great take on that saying.
Thank you.
Don't fool her anymore. No, she's very smart and beautiful, and it's very, very talented. So that's the right message. So now, what was the? When did you think that you could write a song about that saying?
When or why?
When and why? Well, you can answer both questions.
About that, right? When, I think that's such a popular saying, right? Like, how many times have you heard somebody say, like, oh, there's no fooling me anymore, or, not going to pull the wool over my eyes. Like, there's so many ways to say that, right? Yeah. But this, for me, actually was only a couple months before we released the EP, like before I went in to record it. We all have somebody that comes to mind, right? When we hear a song like that, we've met somebody like that along the way. And, for me, there was this one person in particular, and I just happened to be talking about it, going through my head and everything, and just said, you know what? I'm a person who I love being genuine and authentic. That's something that's so important to me in meeting somebody and knowing somebody professionally, personally. I just think that's so important. And this is a song, like I said, I happen to be talking, through with this, about this one situation with someone, and I said, you know what? They're not fooling me anymore. This is just, they can't get away with this. And just somebody who kind of fakes everybody into thinking there's something else. That's where this song came from. And this is another one that I've gotten so many messages about of how people relate to it. So that's so cool to me.
Yeah, I love it. I love the message. So now let's go back to your fans because they have some burning questions. So we have Ron Sapek. Which country artist would you like to do a duet with?
Ooh, that's such a tough one. There's so many. I love Brett Eldridge, though. I would love to do some sort of collaboration or duet with him someday.
Yeah, he's a great one.
Yeah.
All right. So then we have Joanne again. Have you written any songs since you are in quarantine, and what that you want to share with us?
There's so many of them.
I already asked about the songwriting during quarantine, but I don't know. We just have to wait for the album to come out, right?
Exactly. Got to keep everybody on their toes.
Okay, keep dreaming about it. When is coming? When is coming? Not even a sneak peek?
Well,
No. Oh,
I don't have any of my books in front of me right now, so that's the main
but
reason.
you can at least remember a line or two.
You know what? I have so many. Oh my word! I could tell you the title of one that's one of my favorites. It's actually one that I'm currently writing, but it's called "If These Walls Could Talk."
And it's gonna tell a lot about you.
You are so right? But that's honestly one of my favorites, and I'm so excited to even just share like on socials before we get into the studio to do anything with it. But because the whole premise behind that is just there's so many stories within walls and within even inanimate objects like that have a story to tell. So that's one that I'm excited for.
So true. I'm excited to hear it. When can we expect that?
Well, as soon as I can get to Tennessee to start recording.
Okay.
So, honestly, though, I'll be sharing like more music that I've written just on socials before we even get to recording.
Okay. Yeah. So what artist has inspired you the most, says Karen?
So many artists. I mean, there's been so many females in country music that have paved the path for all of us today. And, as far as a throwback, Patsy Cline is
one of my favorites.
Oh, me too, girl. Me too. I just think her story, her music, her everything. I have watched every movie, I feel like, read every book on her, and she was a classic. I mean,
have you been at her museum downtown?
Believe it or not, I have not.
Oh my God, you're gonna die. You're gonna die.
I feel like that's the first thing. I feel like when I can come to Tennessee, we'll have to hang out and we'll go to the Patsy Cline Museum.
I was there for the inauguration.
Oh my God.
It was incredible. It is beautiful. They have a life size, not a life size, a real size Patsy Cline wax figure.
Oh my gosh.
And I have a picture next to her and said, I met Patsy Cline. I have a poster of her. I love that song, Crazy.
Yes.
Even though when I didn't know English, that was my favorite song ever. Yeah. And when I came here, I said, I want to know what that song says now that I know English.
That's the first thing, right?
Yes. So there were so many songs that I was like, what does this song say? Because we listened to it and we just loved the melody, but we didn't know what the song said.
Absolutely.
So as soon as I learned the language, I was like, I want to know every album that I ever known. I was listening like crazy. And she's one of my top number one favorites of all time.
Me too. She's just such an inspiration. Like I said, she's one of the artists who truly has paved the way for every single female, who has in country music, who has come after her. She was just such a trailblazer for us. And she lives on forever through her music.
Yes. Well, maybe you can do one of those holograms duets.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. That would be so cool. They're so
awesome. Okay. Well, that was it with the questions. Karen said, beautiful. And thank you.
Oh, well, thank you to everybody who tuned in too.
Yeah, you got a lot of hearts and love over here. I have my phone next to me watching what's going on, the situation over there. So anyways, we are running out of time.
Yes.
I got to take a lunch break and then I'll be back at 1:30 with my next artist. I thank you so much for your time, for your talent, and for what you do for your mission with Stop the Bullying. And I cannot wait to hear your new music. And I'm going to put your website here. I think I got it. Let me see, just a moment. And I'll put your website up so people can find you. Where can people find you at?
So you can go onto my website, Daniellesings.com, right there. See, it's like magic.
Damn.
On all socials, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all of that. I'm very active, again, on Instagram especially. So make sure to come over and follow me. And I just thank you so much for your time and just for chatting with me today and for all of your support. It was truly, truly so amazing to get to talk to you.
You too, honey. Take care. And I was looking for you on social media. And then when I look up your website, I was like, oh, that makes sense. Danielle sings. She sure sings.
Oh, yeah. And most of my social handles are Dani Sings, DANISINGS. So that's how you can find me on there.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Stay safe and warm. And please let me know when you're heading down to Nashville so we can meet up and chat some more. And go to the Pepsi Climb Museum.
Yes, I absolutely will. We will definitely plan on that.
All right.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right, everybody. That's it for this morning. I'm done with this morning interviews. I'm going to take a lunch break and we'll be back at 1:30. Let me see. 1:30 is Ken Wilber, and he will be here with us. I'm not sure he will be able to sing for us, but we'll figure something out. And I will also tell you a little bit more of what's going on at CRS and how if you are a country artist, an aspiring country artist, and want to know about CRS, this will be a great thing to know for your future endeavors. Thank you so much for tuning in, and see you later. Well, you see me later. And also, if you would like, I don't like that word, should you like to support my work as a journalist, you can donate right here on my page on Facebook. Thank you for your support. Mwah. Love you guys. Stay safe. Bye.